What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a beginner's guide for those who aren't familiar with Massive Loop or just need a refresher. The video is split into sections, so feel free to skip to whichever part interests you the most. I'll be covering account creation, setting up the Massive Loop Creator Network, server, world, and package creation. Then I'll walk you through setting up your development environment and show you how to upload your creations and list them on the main Massive Loop store. Before we dive in, I'd like to mention today's sponsor, which is Massive Loop itself. If you're not familiar with Massive Loop, it's a metaverse platform that allows you to create your own metaverse and monetize on your creations. It offers high-fidelity worlds, full-body tracking and lip-syncing, custom avatars, and much more. Be sure to check out the platform if you're interested. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. To create an account, go to massiveloop.com and click the sign in/register button. Click the register new account button, and on this page, fill out the necessary information and hit register. You'll receive a confirmation email. Once you confirm your email address and activate your account, you can sign in. And it will bring you to the main Massive Loop server page. Now, in order to monetize on your creations, you need to enable MLCN on your newly created account. To do this, go to the top right corner of the page and click the drop-down button next to your profile image. Click on the user profile and then click on the wallet tab that has MLCN directly next to it. If MLCN isn't enabled, click on the sign up button to begin the enabling process. Once you fill out all the requirements on this page, MLCN will then be enabled on your account. To create a server, click on the drop-down button, then click the My Sites/Server option. On this page, click the Create Server button to create a new server. You can select your server level from here and then hit the Create button. I've reached the maximum number of servers I can create, so I won't be able to move further. Follow the remaining steps outlined by the website to finish your server creation. To create a world, go to the server drop-down menu. Select the world option, and then click the Create button to the right. Give the world a name, select a world category, set the max visitors to whatever you want, and then give it a description. When you're done, hit the Create button. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then hit Update. Now your world has been created. However, before you are able to publish a world, you need to click on the Edit World button and then select the Publishing tab. There are two requirements for publishing worlds, avatars, and packages. Your world needs a thumbnail uploaded as well as the necessary files uploaded with the Massive Loop SDK. Once those two requirements have been met, you can then publish your world. If you wanted to list your world to the Massive Loop store, you would click the Sell/Restrict tab and then set the price. To create a package, click your server drop-down menu, then click Packages. From here, click the Create button on the right. Give your package a name, category, and description, and then click Create and Update button. Now let's download the necessary software for exploring and creating in Massive Loop. First, navigate to the top of the page and click the Download drop-down menu. Select Massive Loop from the options. This will allow you to download the latest of the Massive Loop browser. Once the browser is downloaded, access the Download drop-down menu again and choose the Massive Loop SDK. Here you will need to download several components: the Massive Loop SDK, Unity version 2020.3.35, Visual Studio Code, and the Luau extension for Visual Studio Code. After the downloads are complete, we can go ahead and install Unity and Visual Studio Code. Let's go ahead and open up Unity. Go ahead and create a new project. Select the Unity version that you downloaded earlier from the drop-down menu, which is Unity 2020.3.35. Give your project a name, a location, and select a Unity Cloud organization if you have one, and then hit Create. Once the project is loaded, go ahead and import the Massive Loop SDK by double-clicking on it, and then hit Import. Once it's done importing, it's going to pop up this menu, this setup menu. Just follow the steps, set up the layers, hit Next, and then select Visual Studio Code for the Luau editor. After that, go ahead and hit Next or Skip, and then hit Finish. Now go to the top of the editor and click on the Massive Loop option, then hit Control Panel, and it should bring up a window. You're going to need to log into the Massive Loop server, and then go to the World tab, and at the top of the control panel, search for the world that you created on the Massive Loop website. Select the world, and then you're good to go. Now that world is your default world. So now that we have our project up and running and the SDK installed, first thing you want to do is delete the main camera. Then after that, right-click in the hierarchy and select the Massive Loop option. And then select World Descriptor and Spawn Point combo. So what this does is that it gives you the world descriptor, which helps you with the bounds of the world. And what that is let's say the player drops off the map, the bounds catches them and puts them back to the spawn point. And then this is the spawn point, and you can place this wherever you want in the scene. This is where the players are going to spawn in from. Once you've added those two components, go to the Massive Loop control panel, click on Worlds, and then select Build and Upload. Once you select Build and Upload, it's going to do its thing and upload the current scene to the world that you created earlier on the Massive Loop website. Once the upload is complete, navigate to the Massive Loop website, navigate to Worlds, and then select the world that you created earlier. Click the Edit World button, and then go to Publishing. Now you can see, since we uploaded the files from Unity, one of the requirements for making your worlds public has been fulfilled. So now we just need to fulfill the other requirement, which is uploading a thumbnail for the world. To upload a thumbnail, go back to the World tab and hit Browse, and then select any image you want for your thumbnail. And then afterwards, hit Update. And now, as you can see, the thumbnail has been applied to the world. Hit Update again, and then go back to Publishing. Now you can see that both requirements have been fulfilled. And now you can set your world to public and then hit Update. Now, if you go to your home page for your server and then click Worlds, you can see that the world that we created is now public. Uploading a package is a bit different from uploading a world. First, you need to go to the Massive Loop control panel, which is at the top of the project. Sign in if you haven't already done so. Navigate to the Massive Loop repo tab. Select My Packages. Select the package that we created earlier. Click the plus button and then hit Install. Go back to the project, and you should now notice that there's a Massive Loop repo folder in your assets folder. Drag and drop the folder containing the package you want to upload into the ML repo folder, or specifically the folder within the ML repo folder, and make sure it has all its components, and then go back to the control panel, click the ML repo tab, open the ML repo, click the tools icon at the top right, select the package, and sometimes you'll notice that you'll get an error saying that like a script is without the package name as namespace. To fix this, all you need to do is just rename the script that's causing the issue to the same name as the package. After renaming the script, go back to the ML repo tab in the control panel and hit the Fix button, and you should see a green check mark, which means you are good to go. Now all you need to do is hit the Save and Export button, and it will upload it to the Massive Loop website. Once the upload is complete, go ahead and hit OK, and then navigate to the Massive Loop website, specifically the package we created earlier. Select a thumbnail for the package. It can be any thumbnail that you want, and then hit Update. Now the package has been updated. Go ahead and edit the package again. Go to the Publishing tab, set the status to Public, and then hit Update. After making the package public, you have two options. You can either make it available exclusive on your server, or list it in the Massive Loop store for all servers. For each of these options, navigate to the Sell/Restrict tab and click on Enable Price. You can set the price to whatever you prefer. I'm going to leave it at 0 because I want it to be free. If you want the package to be available only on your server, leave the List on Store option unchecked. However, if you want it to be available on the main Massive Loop store, go ahead and check this option. Then click Update Pricing, and that's it. Now, if you go to the ML repository for your server, which is essentially your own server store, you'll see your package listed there. Additionally, if you selected the List on Store option, your package will also be available in the main Massive Loop store. And that's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like the video, please comment down below what you didn't like about it. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.